Yo, what is up, guys? It is the man in the Canada, Super Piggy Man here today with another video on Kenshi lore. So now we know in a lot of great games they always leave some lore behind it, or at least try to leave details and stuff, little clues behind of what really happens. But instead of delving deep into what happens around the world and stuff like that, I decided that maybe we should take a closer look at the races that we play as. Now, to do this, we must first choose a race, and I already had a race in mind, which is the skeleton race. Now, the skeleton race is a very complex and mystery one. Maybe not as mysterious as the hive or anything, but they are nevertheless really, mysterious in their own terms. So, let's start off with, the first things first. So, first things first is that these skeletons were made by mankind. Now, we don't know exactly when, but it was in the first empire. The first empire was this super interstellar kind of empire type of thing, and these skeletons were mainly used for labor. Now, when the first empire fell, these skeletons rose up and ruled in tyranny against the humans and stuff for what they did to them in the first empire. Now, there are this other subspecies of skeletons called the behemoths, and these dudes were huge. I'll throw the picture on there again around. Look at the picture. Motherfucker's huge, bro. And I'm sorry for my language, but the dude really is huge for a skeleton. Anyways, those were used mainly for combat and stuff like that, and to sometimes throw space stuff or things into orbit. So that's mainly what they were used for. It wasn't really anything else that those behemoths were used for. But let's go back to the skeleton race. Now, there are a lot of cool things about them. So the first one is how they are kind of more of a fighting species than a working species. If you really look at it, these species are more fighter bred. What I mean by this is that they don't lose limbs, and their limbs are already robotic, so if they do lose a limb, it's not that hard to repair, like a human losing a limb, or Shek losing a limb, or a hive losing a limb. So this is a really good way of these would make good warriors, right? And when you shut off a computer, it turns off, right? But the thing is, with skeletons, they can get beat up so much but not die until you take out their computer parts. But they can, once you start healing them, they're already back up awake because they've already rebooted. They see everything that's going on and stuff like that, which is really cool. I think that makes the skeleton race a little bit overpowered, but that's just me saying that because I just think that they're a little overpowered for what they can do. But anyways, besides that fact, skeletons really there's two main things. One is that they're fighters, and second is their memory. Now, skeletons, they pretend like they don't know anything, but in reality they know a lot, maybe a lot more than most humans do, or mostly all the other skeletons in the game, or some stuff like that. But they know a lot. If you go to Tin Fist or the skeleton in the scrapyard or Catlon, they all seem really, really knowledgeable. They know what they're talking about and all that stuff. But the thing is, you can hear real interesting text from skeletons, which goes as let me pull it out of my brain here. It goes as, every now and then we need to reset, because if we don't, then we'll go insane, and that's how you end up with legends such as Catlon. End quote. So they are talking about resetting, but honestly, in my own opinion, I don't think skeletons need to reset. That's just my own opinion, but people say that they do, so we'll go with the people's opinion. But even if they do need to reset, what is stopping them from writing everything they know down onto a notebook, resetting, and then reading everything back? All they have to do is just get their skills back, And skeleton lore is definitely one of those things where you question and you really look at it and you're like, damn, humans really did something there. But these skeletons really do deceive us all, because we think they don't know anything, right? In reality, they do know everything, and the reason they don't say anything is because it would make forces like the Holy Nation a lot more like believable, and everybody was like saying, oh, you know, skeletons are bad, and they'll get purged just like they used to when the Holy Nation led crusades against them. Now this would be a bad thing for them, so they don't do it. They do it out of their own self-interest to not tell, you know, the rest of everybody. But I mean, that is a really cool part of their lore, is where they'll just talk about random things that you pass by and you really wonder, do they really erase the memory? That's what I really wonder sometimes. But other than that, there really isn't that much things left for skeletons. I mean, all the main lore is from the skeletons if you really think about it. Catlon, Tin Fist, those two play a huge role in our, you know, lore type of settings. So obviously skeletons hold this close and near and dear spot to the lore, and I think it's a pretty cool thing. But I mean, this is the skeleton race explained. There really isn't that much else to explain other than that. I mean, there are really only like 2 or 3 main people. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and peace.